Hey everybody! It's only a week until Christmas, which means, among other things, it's the time of year when we stuff our faces full of turkey. But have you ever wondered why we call these birds turkeys when they don't actually come from Turkey? In this video, I'll cover this as well as a wide range of other countries that turkeys don't come from. As you're probably aware, turkeys are native to North America. The reason we call them turkeys is because they resemble guinea fowl, which were previously known as turkey fowl. Guinea fowl are also not native to Turkey, rather they're native to Africa, but they were first introduced to Europe via trade through Turkey, hence the association. People in Turkey don't refer to the birds as turkeys, rather they call them hindi, which comes from an Ottoman Turkish word meaning Indian. This is because they come from the New World. At the time, people believed that the New World was India. Compare the usage of the word Indian as a term for the indigenous peoples of America. Meanwhile, in Hindi, the birds are referred to as piru, which comes from the name of the country Peru, which is another country that the birds aren't native to, although this one is at least closer. The name comes as a result of Portuguese influence. There was a time when Portuguese speakers would use the term Peru to refer to all the Spanish colonies in the Americas, including some in North America, where the birds are native to. In Peru, of course, they speak Spanish. Spanish has a number of different words for turkeys, depending on dialect, none of which derive from the names of countries. As far as I can tell, the term they use in Peru is pavo. This comes from the Latin word pavo, meaning peacock. This is apparently due to superficial resemblance between turkeys and peacocks. There are plenty more countries that turkeys don't come from, that people still associate them with. In Khmer, they're known as French chickens, probably because they were introduced by French traders. In French, they're called dinde, literally meaning from India. India seems to be a very common place to say that turkeys are from, and many other languages also have names for turkeys derived from India. Some languages are a bit more specific. In Dutch, they're known as kalkoen, which is a historical name of a city in India, now known as Kozhikode. On the subject of Dutch, the Malay term for turkeys literally means Dutch chicken. Again, this is likely because Dutch traders first introduced the birds to the country. In Macedonian, they're known as misir, which comes from the Ottoman Turkish name for Egypt. In Egyptian Arabic, they're known as Byzantine roosters. Some other dialects of Arabic use this name as well, but others use the name Abyssinian rooster. Both of these are historical place names. Byzantium was the original name for the city that's now known as Istanbul, and Abyssinia was a country in Africa covering the area that is now Ethiopia and Eritrea. Our final geographic name comes from Vietnamese, which is rather vague about the origins of the birds, calling them simply Western chickens. That was all the places that different languages say turkeys come from, at least as far as I could find, but there are many other names for turkeys that don't derive from place names. I don't really have time to go through all of them, and a lot of them were very difficult to find information for, so here are just a few that I thought were particularly interesting. In Thai, they're known as elephant trunk chickens, probably because the rough skin on their bald head somewhat resembles elephant skin. Several other languages have names meaning elephant bird or something similar. In Japanese, they're known as a seven-faced bird because the many different colours on the turkey's wattle make it look like it has multiple faces. In Luxembourgish, they have the rather unappetizing name of snot hen. I think German has my favourite name for them, Truthahn. Hahn means rooster, and Trut probably comes from Low German droten, meaning to threaten. Thus, Truthahn means a threatening rooster. Well, that wraps up my somewhat in-depth look at some names for turkeys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you found it interesting. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Try not to buy too much plastic crap that's just going to end up in landfill, or the ocean, or the food chain. And never forget the real reason for the holiday, the birth of Sol Invictus.